Yo, peace everybody. It's your boy Trey the Creator and welcome to Creators Corner. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the video as well as hit the notification bell. Also, if you would like to help out the channel while getting some free stocks, please hit my Robinhood link below. If you also like to get into some crypto plays or get some free crypto, please hit my Coinbase link below also. I know I'm saying also a lot, but if you have not checked out my previous video, the introduction or the historic origins of Christianity 101, the biblical manuscripts, I recommend you do that. That is a very informative video. We break down some Bible verses. We talk about, the biblical manuscripts, how they came about. We talk about who constructed our Bible, where did it come from, how it was made, and etc. If you think you know everything about biblical history, trust me, you do not know everything there is to know. Please check out that video if you have not. But what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about today propaganda. Now, before we get started, what is propaganda? Propaganda is information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or viewpoint. Now, why am I talking about propaganda? Because there has been a lot. Propaganda has been going on for years, but it seems to me that I need to talk about it from the standpoint of I don't think black people are astute or well known in what propaganda is. I'm sorry. I tweeted this actually. Well, let me bring it back. The reason why I'm doing this is because there's a lot of propaganda going around about this whole black people are attacking Asians, and I wish I would have heard about this story pre me doing my video last week. I probably would have touched on it before I did my video because you understand. I've kind of been trying to get away from talking about politics. I kind of want to get into my conspiracy theorist bag, but if I had saw that, I probably would have did a video on propaganda. So here we are today doing a video on propaganda. But nonetheless, I saw that clip that ABC was doing, that special that they were supposed to be doing on, how Asians are being discriminated against, and I found that clip to be utterly disrespectful, plain and simple, because not only that, it's misleading as hell, because ain't no black people, and I shared that clip with multiple black people, at least 20, 30 black people I showed it to, and all of them said, ain't no black people think about no damn Asians. I'm not thinking about no damn Asians. We not thinking about no Asians. Like it's just crazy how the media thinks that we're dumb, and I can't lie. Some of us are, because some of us go along with the narrative of we need to stop, beating up on the Asians. We gotta get up. No, those type of Negroes are idiots. There are no black people running around beating up Asians. You may find one here or there. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, it's because an Asian did something to us. We not running up in their neighborhoods or in their, vicinities and just fucking shit. That's why people doing that. I watched the whole ABC special. It's like 12 minutes on YouTube. They did not show not one black person doing anything. They suspected it was somebody black. Usually when somebody black does something, they have no problem, showing his face, letting them know, letting the world know who this is, his background, who his mama is, who his daddy is, who his godmother is. They have no problem digging into the information, any of that. They bring up a nigga school record. You know what I'm saying? Where you got the grades you got in the school if they could. They didn't even do that. But when it came down to actually show and prove who's doing the racial discrimination, it was white people. Because if you watch the whole video, somewhere towards like the 8-9 minute mark on the video, it started talking about how last year when Asians was not Asians, when Trump called the whole COVID virus the Asian virus, or the Wuhan or the China virus, and it pointed out how white people was calling up to government officials in New York saying just calling it the panda virus, just being what white people usually do, racist or whatever the case is, using racial slurs. That wasn't black people. Black people ain't running around doing no shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? It's another video of a white dude throwing rocks at Asians, but they'll turn the narrative and say, well, black people need to stop doing racism to Asians. Black people ain't doing shit to Asians. We ain't think about no damn Asians. Come on, like, we do shit to each other, which I always say is stupid, but we do shit, we fuck with each other. We ain't worried about no damn Asians. What do we have to worry about Asians for? And that's not me trying to discriminate Asians, and I'm not saying that Asians don't get racially, provoked or deal with racism from white people, because they do, but they deal with no Asians ain't dealing with no racism from black people. Period, point blank. Black people didn't understand that's propaganda to get you to do more buck dancing and bending over to the will of what they want. Because again, I got like people like me have been saying since this whole election cycle got started, this is propaganda, and that Joe Biden was the worst thing for us. It was propaganda. And let me tell you how smart the Asians are, and how we as a people, and this is why I say we as a people are just, I don't know what it's going to take for us. And this is why I kind of said I don't want to do videos on politics anymore, because it's kind of frustrating, because when you see things, and that's, I always say that being woke is a curse, or having knowledge is a curse, because when you look at things from, like, you can literally look at something and be like, damn, that's crazy, like, and nobody else can see what you see. Like, I could look at the McDonald's logo and see that that's not a golden arch. It's a 13, but people don't see that type of shit because they're not knowledgeable. When I look at the Taco Bell sign, that's a snake eye on the Taco Bell sign, whether you see it or not, but I see that shit. When I see the Chevron logo, I see the Cross of Lorraine. People don't know what the Cross of Lorraine is. I see things. Like, when you're knowledgeable, you see what's going on behind the scenes, and that's because I'm knowledgeable, and to a certain degree, knowledge is a curse. Now, some people may not be that knowledgeable, but even when it comes down to politics, these people use black people as the scapegoat for everything. When the whole when the whole COVID thing started, ramming up, and Trump started saying this is the Wuhan virus or the Chinese virus, the Asians got on top of that shit real quick. They did not let that narrative fly across the media range. They shut that shit down. Then right after that, they put it on black people, saying Dr. Fauci come on TV saying, well, black people are disproportionately affected from COVID, so we got to make sure that they wear masks, and we got to make sure they get a vaccine. And I'm like, why we got to be the face of this? Why? And it's our fault too, because we don't understand the game of propaganda. We go along with it. I know a bunch of people that went along with it, saying, yeah, that's right, our numbers are disproportionately affected. That's bullshit. Most people don't even understand or know what the word disproportionately means, or understand the vernacular that he's using. He's basically saying, if it's 20 people in a room and 5 of them happen to be black, but 2 have COVID, black people are disproportionately affected. That's bullshit. No, especially when you got 12 people that's white in the room that have COVID. No. People need to understand what they're saying, but people are not there. Whatever the case is, they immediately put the virus on us, and we go along with it. Then here comes the election. They sit here and say, we need the black vote. They start having butter, biscuit, fucking cookouts for people to come voting campaigns. We're gonna give you collard greens and chicken and cornbread and hot water cornbread. Come down and vote, and a bunch of foolishness, making us look like idiots. And then we wonder why they treat us like idiots, because we act like idiots. We're the only people who hear the word free food, free plate, cornbread, fried pork chops and gravy, and we go down and vote. They don't sit here and say we giving free sushi out to the Asians for them to come vote. We don't hear them say we're going to give free chalupas out of burritos to the Mexicans if they want to vote. No, we the only people that they do that shit to. Why? Because it's what we sit here and go along. We allow it to happen. They only going to do what you allow to happen. And look, I told black people, do not vote for Joe Biden. Don't vote for anybody. That's what I said. I said, hold your vote. This is not. It's the election to let them know that you ain't fucking around. And just like a bunch of sheep going into the fire, black people went out and voted. You got Joe Biden. He's been in office for what, 2-3 months now and hasn't done a single thing for you. He's passed shit for gays. He's passed shit for immigrants. He's passed shit for Mexicans. He passed the law specifically for Asians. Where do you fit in on the totem pole? What about black folk? When are black people gonna get their shit? You're not. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and if you do get something, it's diluted. I literally saw the oh man, I saw this the other day, and to me, this just completely shows where and how they think about us. There's a Black Lives Matter fund that I saw came to my news feed the other day, and let me pull up the article right quick because I found this article to be not only disrespectful, but I also found it to just show how they really feel about us. Because, like I said, people just don't understand, like, what are they doing now? Here's the article is how to apply for Black Lives Matter Survival Fund, $1,000 COVID relief grants to offer. Now, the title does not sound that bad. It is not. Now, I'm not a big supporter of Black Lives Matter, the organization. I'm pretty sure people know that. The organization and the movement are two different things. I'm not a fan of the organization, but from the title, it sounds good. Now, once you get into the fine print of what this is, things get a little different. Now, this is from News Weekly. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation organization has launched a $3 million survival fund to help black people struggling financially during the coronavirus pandemic. This doesn't sound that bad. The foundation said the relief fund will provide 1,000 micro grants for black people who need it the most. Here where the fucked up part shit come at. The financial relief fund is open to anyone who identifies, not who actually is or who has it on their driver's license or birth certificate. The financial relief fund is open to anyone who identifies as black. But here's what gets even worse. But special consideration will be considered for those applicants who are transgender, who are single parents, or who were firmly incarcerated. Now, like I said, on the surface level, it sounds good. Once you read this thing, it gets crazy. And when you sit here and tell people this, they sit here and say that, oh, you're being divisive. Oh, you're not, you know what I'm saying, being a team player. These people are literally trying the shit out of you. And people don't even read it. And I'm scrolling looking for this to learn more about. This is what really got me. Now, this is the frequently asked questions tab on their website. And when you scroll down to, hold on, where is it? Hopefully they didn't remove it. Okay, how are you identifying black? Now, this is under the frequently asked question tab. They said, we are trusting people to self-identity. So they're not doing a background screening. They're not asking for people's, driver license information. They're literally relying on people just signing up and saying, hey, I'm black. So a Rachel Dolezal can pop her little ass into the conversation and say, hey, I'm black, give me $1,000. Or little Becky can sit here and talk black and say that, and got little white blonde braids and say, I'm black, give me the money. Or some transgender dude who's white can sit here and say, oh, I'm transgender and I'm black, give me some money. This is the type of shit I be talking about. And people, others like me, be talking about. And I ain't got nothing against gays. I honestly don't. You know what I'm saying? That's the lifestyle that you choose to live. Shout out to you. Live it up. But this is the backhand. That's me when I say it's a backhanded compliment. They didn't even have the audacity to say that it's just for black people. They said it's specifically for people who identify as black, for transgenders, single mothers, and people who are recently incarcerated, which means anybody can get it. People this is the shit I'm be talking about here. And then, like I said, this is why I don't support the organization. I support the movement. I support the people that, you know what I'm saying, actually, you know, believe in Black Lives Matter. I support the organization. It's not founded by us. It's founded by George Soros. You can look him up and look up who he is and etc. I don't support that shit. And this is one of the reasons why I don't, because this is a backhanded compliment. The only way you gonna get funds is if you identify as black. I've been black all my life. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. It says on my birth certificate, driver's license, social security, all that. Black. But you got these fools who can literally can come. That means a Hispanic, not a Hispanic, a Latino who's dark skinned can say, I'm black. Come on, like, they don't even, like, come on, man. Like, this type of shit that I be talking about, or others talk about when we talk about propaganda. And speaking of transgenders, you know, this may get my video shut down, but it is what it is. I gotta call a spade and tell it like it is. The other day, this came across my timeline on YouTube, and this just goes to show how sick these people are. It really, it just shows how sick and just, you know, like I said, I ain't got nothing against gay people. I honestly don't. If you're gay, shout out to you. Live your lifestyle. I don't use the word live your truth. I don't use that phrase. Live your lifestyle. Live it up. But this blew my mind. I have no problem with being gay. But when you try to force this shit on kids, this is where I begin to question the sanity or the intentions or just plain and right your heart. This came across my timeline where a dude named Senator Randy Paul, he questioned a transgender doctor by the name of Dr. Rachel Levine over hormone therapy, giving it to children. Giving it to children who don't have parents, or doing it without parent consent, and giving it to them like between the ages of 8 and 13. That's first of all, when you're 8, you're not thinking about sex. You don't even know. This is what blows my mind. They raised the age limitation on nicotine from 18 to 21. You can't buy liquor until you're 21. You can't get a real license. You can't even drive a car by yourself as an adult till you're 18. But we're gonna sit here and give the full right to change and alter one's body to an 8, 9, 10-year-old? Like, what do we like? What does that say about us as a people if we go along with this? And like I said, I'm not trying to sit here and say nothing disrespectful towards, you know, the LGBT, or not the LGBT gays, because I don't support the LGBT community either. But I'm not trying to say anything against anybody who's gay. But you gotta admit, that's some sick shit. Come on, fam. Like, you finna force that on a child? When I was 8 years old, I was playing with Star Wars. I used to ride around in the car, you understand what I'm saying, and have my Star Wars toy with me and play with that. That's what I did. I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm not thinking about no goddamn titties at 8 or 9 or 10. Who thinks about that type of shit? But they want to introduce it to children, and it confuses the fuck out of them. They don't know what that is. That, to a certain degree, that's rape. If you want me to be honest with you, I saw a video also of a transgender dude. He was teaching some little boy about transgender stuff, whatever the case is, and the little boy kind of low-key checked him a little bit. He was like, yo, why you just don't be who you are? Why do you want to be a woman? And homeboy got a little snappy with the little dude. And it's like, this is going to cause confusion, because now the child sees that. He's going to ask questions. He's going to inquire about it. And now you can't unsee that. And even at that age of, 8 years old, it's imprinted into your psyche at this point of actually seeing that. So now you confuse the fuck out of the kid. Not to mention, it becomes from a household with both parents, is going to confuse it because daddy has breasts or mommy has a beard. Like, it's going to confuse the shit out of them. And like I said, I'm not sitting here saying anything disparaging against gays, but it's like, it's going to be confusing to a undeveloped mind. Again, we don't allow children to drive until they're 18. But we can sit here and allow children to alter their bodies? Like, what are we doing? Like, it to me, it's no surprise to me because I'm in the know of how sick and evil America is. But to people who are unlearned, you would think you would just go along with the program. Just to get off the gay thing, Joe Biden just bombed Syria the other day. He can sit here and bomb Syria. He can give, bills to the Asians. He can, do stuff for Mexicans, but he can't do shit for black folk. Only if it involves gay stuff. And the gay stuff ain't even specifically for us either. It involves a bunch of other people. I remember that last COVID bill they passed went to transgender or gender programs somewhere in the Middle East. Like, what are we doing here? Could do everything for everybody else, black folk, but black folk want to go along with this dude, acting like he's the knight in shining armor. He's gonna save the day. No, black folk need to wake up, get out of this sleeping slumber that we're in, because we are sound asleep. And this is why I make videos, because I want black people to wake the fuck up, because we're asleep. We're sound asleep. They all they have to do is literally, that's where propaganda comes in at. Propaganda literally is given to people who are honestly, I'm not gonna say all, because all propaganda is not bad. It depends on how you use it. I use propaganda when I promote my videos. I go on social media and I may stir some shit up just to promote my video. But my videos are informative. They give, truth. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to get people to wake the fuck up. I'm stirring the pot a little bit. That's good propaganda, because in me stirring up shit, I can promote my video. Then there's what these people do. They literally, and I'm gonna give an example of when Hitler was first finna cause the Jewish Holocaust. They ran a series of propaganda and newsreels about the Jews or the European Jews before they invaded. That's propaganda. These people were just living their lives. And then here comes Hitler and his whole entire military force. Invade, dominate, conquer. And now I got to get into the whole Aryanism thing and trying to get, create a pure white race. We know about all that, and if you don't, look it up. But nonetheless, that was propaganda. Everything America does is propaganda, especially when it comes to us. It should be, to me, it should be obvious when they sit here and tell you that you can go get collard greens, biscuits, and fried pork chops, and pork and beans, and a bunch of other shit to come down and vote. That's propaganda, fool. That's what they think about you. They think that giving you a southern plate is the equivalent of giving you something tangible. You leave with your belly full, but later on when somebody gets elected, you get nothing. And by then you done shitted that food out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't think. We think like children. I always say that black people have the mind of a 3 to 5 year old. You understand what I'm saying? We go with whoever sounds good to us, instead of critically thinking and analyzing things with common fucking sense. And, it's just sad that I see grown people, 40, 35, 50, 60 even, who are just as lost, independent as a 3-year-old. Just lost. Old as hell, but dumb as hell. It's sad. You understand what I'm saying? It's just crazy. And I see young people my age too. You understand what I'm saying? My age, who don't know no better. And when you try to tell them, like, listen, bro, we need to change the program up, because you know what I'm saying? And this is something I always tell older black people. You have to understand that your way that you tried it did not work. Black people have a serious problem of trying to fix a problem the same way that it ain't worked the past 40, 50 years. You want to use that same screwdriver that ain't working. It ain't working. And you don't want to go get the power drill. You don't want to get you using the flathead to try to do T4 Phillips. That shit ain't gonna work. Get you a damn Phillips and go about your business. That's black people mindset. Oh, this is gonna work. Well, I may have used the analogy backwards, but whatever the case is, you understand what I'm saying. We do the same we try the same shit over and over again, and it don't work. This is why I tell black people, try not voting. Try just holding your vote for one cycle and see what they do. See how it cracks. They already cracking as it is. They're already using words like white supremacy. I remember like 5-6 years ago, they didn't even use that word. White supremacy, white supremacist. It wouldn't even use those words. White terrorist. You understand what I'm saying? They wouldn't use those words, but because they weren't even talking about reparations, but because a small, minute percentage of black people got on code and said, this is what we want. We don't stand for white supremacy. Give us something tangible. They had to change the tune up. Excuse me, they had to change the tune up. You're not going to get freedom until you speak freedom. I see a lot of black people who say, well, don't say this, don't say that. You're going to offend this person. I don't give a fuck who I offend. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I say what I say. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I say what I say. I was at work one time. I ain't gonna lie. I told one boss what it was. I ain't too much really. I said it nicely, but I told them what I wasn't gonna do and why I wasn't gonna do it. They didn't like it, but hey, I fear nobody. Only person I fear is my fiance. Outside of that, I fear no man. Only God can judge me. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody. I fear nobody. That's how black people gotta be. You fear nobody. You live life. You live it to the fullest. These people do not give a fuck about you. You are black people. You are all you have. We are all we have in this white supremacist system. We are all we have. But I wanted to make this video short and sweet. It wasn't too much I really want to talk about in this video. I just want to talk about some things that kind of came across my timeline a little bit recently that kind of annoyed me a little bit, and stuff that annoys me I come on here and talk about, and I give my little 2 cents and I get the fuck on and go about my day. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Like and subscribe to the channel. Again, if you'd like to get some free stocks, please hit my Robinhood link below. If you'd like to get some crypto, please hit my Coinbase link below. Also, we have the Creators Corner merchandise available. Please, if you want to help out, really want to help out the channel, you'll buy a t-shirt, you'll buy a crew neck, you'll buy a hoodie. I got more ideas coming soon. But yeah, shout out to everybody who watches my channels. Again, like and subscribe. Peace.